Hello guys, good morning guys around the world. So in this video today, I want to talk a little bit about myself and how I stopped talking to my dad. Not because I don't love my dad, but just because I just want my dad to realize some of the errors he made in his life and some of the errors he let we his children went throughout some part of his life. So basically, my dad is somebody that is very, very loving and caring. Do you understand? My dad is one of the best man or one of the best men I have ever known in my life. Do you understand? So, like, I love my dad a lot because he taught me a lot. Also, I didn't spend much time with him like that, but the the little amount of time I did spend with him, I learned a lot. You understand? So basically it has taught me a very, very, very valuable lessons in this life. But the problem is that my dad finally, like, he never knew his family, you understand, because he was born in another family thinking that he was part of that family before his mother, my grandmother, finally letting him know his real dad. So my dad finally knew his dad, my grandfather, in 2003. In 2003 we were in primary school, do you understand? So and the thing is that when my father finally knew his family, he like just opened his heart and he like embraced them. Do you understand? So my first of all, my dad is very, very easy. Is very, very an easygoing person. Do you understand? So he just let himself like embrace his new family or all that. And so when he knew his family, we were in primary school. I was in primary school, so he let me continue my studies with my grandfather. We finally knew in that 2003. So I lived with my grandfather from 2007 when I finished my college certificate. So to go to like SSS, basically in English. So I lived with my grandfather from 2007 to 2017. You understand? So to cut the story short, when I got my baccalaureate degree, I don't know how they call it in English, but when I got that degree, my dad wanted to send me out of the country to go and study in America. Sorry for the transpiration because there is a little bit of sun here. So my dad wanted to send me to America to go and study. So the thing is that, like, when my dad finally knew his family, he was like, his family is him and him is his family. You understand? So he gave everything, every key, everything to his family to take care of us. So that time my dad sold two plots of his land costing 8 million francs CFA as of that time in 2011. And those two plots of lands today can cost like 40 million plus. Do you understand? So the reason or the fact that he gave all his like money, key, everything to his new family, that's the major thing that destroyed my dad until now. Do you understand? So when he sold the land, he gave the 8 million to his younger brother that he knew in the new family. Do you understand? And the younger brother lied to me straight into my face, like he was doing the American stuff for me for a whole of 6 years, from 2011 to 2017. So basically, to cut the story short, the thing didn't happen, the traveling didn't happen, nothing happened. You understand? So in 2017, I was like, no, I'm not doing anything in Togo here, so I have to go back to where I'm coming from, like where I was born, which is Nigeria. You understand? So I went to Nigeria to go and stay with one of my elder sisters over there. So I stayed in Nigeria for 3 years before we had another like will to travel again. So I came back to Togo in 2020. My dad sold another two plot of lands for me to travel again. Do you understand? And those he gave the money to another of his brothers, because he learned the first lesson from the new family. So he went ahead to give the money to another brother that is from the previous family. You understand? So that same brother used the money like he just he didn't do anything with the money again. So I was lied to for the second time. You understand? So the only amount of money I managed to get from this second selling is 3 million francs CFA. You understand? So because if I didn't get that money, they will just lavish the money, and everything will just be like vanished. You understand? So the thing is that the like the what we were planning didn't work out again, because my dad is like telling those ones he don't have to tell anything about his private life or his kids future life. Do you understand? So yeah, that's it. The thing didn't work out again. But the main reason like I stopped talking to my dad today is that I told him like several times that don't do this, because if you are doing this, you are selling yourself to your family, and your family will not let you like move forward. Because there is a building here, I will show you later. My dad started building this building like, let's say, 21 years ago. That's in 2004. That's even 22 years ago. Do you understand? So this building has not been completed since that time, because of what? Because of how kind-hearted my dad is, like letting his family into his business and all of that. And since that time, the building has never been built till now. The one you are seeing at my back has never been built also, until the day my dad gave me 500,000 when I came back from Nigeria. That 500,000 is the one I used to manage this one here, because there was already a building and a roof. Do you understand? So all the painting, all those things, I managed to do it with that 500,000 he gave me. Do you understand? Which means that if like there wasn't that amount of money that time, like in my personal use, this building can be like this one I will show you later. So basically my dad has just let his family ruin him from day one until now. And the problem is that at some point of life, my father sat me down and told me that I was the problem, that if he hasn't sold all those those lands for me to travel out, and the thing didn't work out, we will not be in like that problem or these problems today. You understand? So finally I was like, I have been telling this man that no, don't do this thing, don't do this thing, do this thing, do this thing, don't do this thing, don't involve your family. Your family is you, your wife and your children. That's all those uncles, aunts, grandpa, grandma, etc, they are not your family. But he hasn't understood what I meant as of those times. To understand? So that's the major reason why today I don't just want to talk to my dad again, because I just want him to realize that no, You are the problem because you are the one inviting bad energies into the family. And one of the main reasons I stopped is also there was this time that he told me what is my what like uh, what is my aim to him, or what is my goal to him. Like, he said something very very negative, and I'm not a negative person, and I can't deal with a negative situation, so I just detach completely from him. You understand? So basically that's a story I just want to put here. And in conclusion, what I want to say is that, like, God can do it for you without your family, without your friends, without your siblings, without your people you thought you were bound with. Do you understand? You just have to be in a good energy with God himself. You just have to be in a good energy with life itself. You just have to be in a good energy with the nature, the universe itself. That's when God can do miracles in your life. Because when, as a human being, you are giving, or you are putting your focus on another person to help you, you will just be disgraced. Like, you will just be disgraced, and those people can be your parents, your siblings, and like people you trust very much. Do you understand? So basically that's it. And excuse me my English, because I'm not a native English speaker. I live in a French country. I studied in a French country, even though I was born in Nigeria and started my classes in Nigeria. So basically it's because I spent a lot of time in a French speaking country that I have lost that native like kind of speaking of the English. So that's it. Sorry for this. So later on I will show you the building my dad started 22 years ago, guys. 22 years ago. So this is the back of the house.